The Diocesan Youth Centre's origins can be traced all the way back to 1972 at RC Church, Colaba. It was here that Fr Raymond D'silva and his first group gathered. The centre then shifted to its present location in Bandra in 1974. Fr Raymond had a vision for the youth, a movement of young people who would ask difficult questions from the political and social perspectives that would, in a strong way, resemble the ICAF. At a time when the Indian citizens were facing the emergency, Fr Raymond encouraged the youth to think critically, to ask questions and to think beyond the box. The movement became the starting point for so many social activists who went on to uphold the rights of many. As the centre grew, the emphasis on social involvement was balanced with a focus of building the faith of the youth, ensuring that it was rooted and grounded in Jesus. The youth were encouraged to have a deep encounter with Christ. The Abba experience originated from here, an encounter of seeing and understanding God as Abba Father. Under the guidance of Father Jude Batello and Father Michael Pace, the centre held regular faith formation programs where youth from all over the Archdiocese would come and embrace and understand and grow in the faith. During this time, Mr. Ashley Tellis was instrumental in introducing theological topics and helping young people deepen their faith using a scientific approach. Over time, there were concerns that the DYC was focused within, with youth from across the Archdiocese needing to travel to the centre. As Father Larry Pereira took up the mantle of leadership from Father Jude, the emphasis shifted to carrying God's message to the youth and strengthening youth groups in their respective local areas. It was Father Larry Pereira who instituted the first three pillars of the youth movement: faith, formation, and service. Later, the fourth pillar, fellowship, was added. During the tenure of Father Larry as youth director, he encouraged young people to think, to come and to be formed by the centre, and then go back to their respective parishes and grow there. He was instrumental in starting the Teenagers Orientation Program, or TOP, meant for students who had just completed their SSC boards, that assisted these young adults in taking their first steps into college life. Many of those who attended the TOP program then participated in the youth camps held at Kandala, which helped them navigate the transition, growing in faith and solidifying their Christian identity. The camps were often animated by young seminarians who later became youth directors. The need of the Archdiocese to nurture the youth ministry found its expression in training seminarians for the youth ministry as part of their pastoral work. Seminarians then became assistants to the priest deanery coordinators who were responsible for organizing youth programs within the deanery. The vision was carried forward by Bishop at that time, Father Bartol Barreto, who worked with Father Larry to create neighborhood-based youth groups, community-based youth groups, and all-faith youth groups. In 1997, the DYC celebrated its Silver Jubilee during Father Bartol's tenure. Presided over by His Eminence Simon Cardinal Pimentel, the Jubilee celebrations were attended by youth from across the Archdiocese. At that time, the priority was to help young people grow, understand, and work towards youth ministry. Father Bartol also introduced new programs, the most well-known being Youth Serve, a celebration of youthfulness, of the faith, of the commitment and the willingness to work and serve God and the Church. Father Austin Norris followed Father Bartol as an assistant and then director. They were in turn followed by Father John Barreto and Father Ruben Tellis, Father Anthony and Father Walter, and Father Ryan Alex. Currently, all youth aspects are shouldered by Deacon Ivan Fernandez and Bishop Bartol Barreto. The concept and the structure of the youth ministry has always evolved with time, responding to the challenges with a genuine attempt to be a church that is in touch with its young people. Right from the very inception of the movement, every youth director's philosophy has always been that the youth are not the future. They are the present of the church, and their voice needs to be heard. What they have to say needs to be understood. The directors all believed and still believe that the youth have much to contribute towards the growth of the church. On this, the 50th anniversary of the DYC, we thank God for all its past and present, and we pray that it will always be a source of inspiration and joy that will help young people understand their role, their purpose, and their commitment to the church, and above all, to be witnesses of Christ.